fun one today. We're doing something a little different. We are plowing through the bag of chips from New Orleans that was donated by my friend Kelshus, who lives down there. He's a great artist. Give him a follow. He's tagged in the comments. And most of these snacks thus far have been puffed corn snacks, you know, Cheeto type things, but different brands. We did the Chiwis yesterday, which is a local brand, pretty interesting, and they've got an entry here today. What we're going to do is a rap battle. We have 2 bags of puffed corn snacks from Louisiana and New Orleans. One is the hometown favorite of Chiwis, and this is being represented by the rapper Juvenile, and these are hot, 400 degrees. Now, apparently, Juvenile has a record called 400 degrees, so that's a riff on that. I think these chips also claim to be baked at 400 degrees, so that's going to be interesting. So these are going to be hot Chiwis corn snacks, and then in this corner we have Rap Snacks, Boozy's Louisiana Heat. Now, we're gonna get into all the minutia of these bags before we even crack them open. I'm gonna be honest with you, love the hip hop. Neither of these rappers are really like in my pantheon of the greats. I couldn't name one Boozy song. I listened to some of his stuff this morning before I did this, and can't say I was all that impressed. Not that my opinion matters, and apparently he's got a reputation of making some pretty homophobic comments. So that's what I was able to discern from him, but I'm not going to use his mediocre music against him in evaluating his cheese puffs, although I will say I've had several bags of Rap Snack potato chips, and they've all been terrible. So, and I feel bad because I want to like it. I love the concept of the company, but their slurries are just too powdery and too pasty and too gross. And then here's the Juvenile. Like, I know I like Back That Ass Up. I can't say I know much more about his catalog, but I don't think the music really matters in the case of evaluating the snack, because there's actually no reason to make a rapper represent a cheese doodle. So who knows what the fuck. Now, let's analyze what we're dealing with here before we actually do the taste test. Disclaimer, the Chiwis Juvenile 400 hot degrees bag is at a bit of a handicap because it's one of the ones that the mice got into, and I taped it up, but they're probably gonna be stale because there's a fucking hole in the bag. But we're sophisticated enough to be able to discern the flavor, even though the cheese doodle itself is a little stale. Now let's see what they're getting at here on the bag. Okay, back that cheese up. Okay, that's a reference to Back That Ass Up. See, I know things. And then we already talked about the history of Chiwis, New Orleans-based snack food company by Elmer's that's kept it real and didn't sell out. Elmer's Chiwis, the iconic and original cheese curl, collaborates with the fellow New Orleans legend Juvenile to introduce 400 hot degrees, a flavorful tribute to NOLA's unique culture. Experience the rich taste of New Orleans with this mouth-watering collaboration. I guess the thing is, both of these rappers are from New Orleans or the area. Now, unlike Rap Snacks, there's no motivational slogans at the anywhere on the packaging, although it was baked at 400 degrees, and they spelled degrees with a Z at the end, so I guess that officially makes it hip-hop. And then Rap Snacks, of course, they always have the slogans on the top. Appreciate the good times. That was one of the last lines of fucking Sopranos before Tony Soprano got his brains blown out, allegedly, so use that as you will. Celebrating 50 years of hip-hop. Okay, great. Badass Music Syndicate. Sometimes you need those bad days because it helps you truly appreciate the good ones. Okay, well, I believe Boozy's in prison right now, so I'm sure you've had enough bad days to go around. And there's nothing else on here, so I'm not even going to bother to read the ingredients because there's been way too much yapping. So, since this is the one that happens to be in my hand right now, let's give this one a shot and see how it tastes. Like I already told you, Rap Snacks, they do not work for me, but I'm gonna give it a chance. Holy fucking shit. It smells like the inside of a shoebox. Okay, well, they're big, puffy, pillowy, with the classic sort of deep red, almost crimson, flaming hot style flavor. So let's see what these do. It might be a little stale, a little chewy. I will say I do like the size of these. What the Chewies really fucked up yesterday was just too damn small. I mean, they're all kind of hot. Maybe Rob Snack should stick to cheese curls and stay away from potato chips. These are okay. I'm not a fan of flaming hot, but it's all right. Ooh, kicking in there. Okay, now we got juvenile Chewies, 400 degrees, and I'm gonna cut it some slack if it's stale because it's my own fault for leaving these laying around in a facility that was populated by some very smart mice who figured out that these bags contained goodies. All right. Indicative of the Chewies style, they're very small. They're stale, very stale. Fuck. That's probably from smoking cigarettes. There's more nuance to this flavor. It's hot, it's spicy, kind of indistinguishable in a way. These have a little more flavor, like a little bit more going on here. It seems like it's not just trying to be hot for the sake of it. Hey, these are not bad, even if they're stale. Tastes like something. It's well seasoned, spicy. Got some other notes in there, flavorful. Yeah, these are not bad. Too bad they're fucking stale. I'm gonna eat the whole thing anyway. This must have really fucked the mice up. Can you imagine? Hey, even stale, these are slapping. And I'm gonna probably vote for this one. Chewies, man, good job. But let's go back to these. Look how insane that looks. I'll say this. No, these just don't hit. If they put that flavor on these, you'd have a winner. So, there you go, folks. I've just spent the last 9 minutes of my life and yours doing this.